Hey guys, I bought a new car. This time I bought a Toyota 4x4 pickup truck. Yes, you heard it right, it's a Toyota. You want to know more? It's all about this car. So guys, today we're going to unbox this very big box. So this is a vintage car, but also a brand new car. So what's that about? Well, in the 1980s Tamiya released the Bruiser. That was a crawler, but also like a basher car, and that's because it had a 3-speed gearbox, which was pretty unique. So this car is like a copy of that one, and this one is made by HG. So if we look at the box art, you can see the 3-speed gearbox over here, and this car has got a lot of metal parts. So all the chassis parts are made of metal, and also the driveline is made of metal, and all the axles. So I'm very curious to see what's inside the box. So inside the box you will find yourself a charger, you will find a bag with accessories, so you will have the wipers, some tools, some spare body clips, and yeah, some straps to hold the battery in. You will find a 1500 milliamp LiPo battery, and this actually has got a little surprise inside because mine isn't glued. So as you can see, it's a very tiny 2-cell battery inside there, so not a real LiPo, but yeah, we will see how this performs. And of course we will find a remote. The remote is, too big in my opinion, and I don't like the appearance of it. So underneath here you will find your battery compartment. You need to supply 4 AA batteries of your own. It's not capable of one-hand driving, it's just too far away. But the wheel itself's got a good grip to it. So this is your gear selector. So you've got the 1, 2, 3 positions. On-off switch. This is your steering trim. Underneath the lid you will find your reverse buttons over here. Another steering trim, so not sure what that's about. And your dual rate button, and this is your bind and your mode button. So the mode function with the LEDs over here is not functional in this car, but the 3-speed function is. Inside the box you will also find the instruction manual, which is pretty detailed, and you will find a complete exploded view of the car, and you will have a sheet of stickers, and this is a brand new brand, so Toyota. But we all know what they are telling us. The car is a hard body, and they have added a lot of details. So this is like a copy of the 1980s model, so you can see all the exposed screws around the car. So yeah, in that period that was normal. So you will find a lot of LEDs, and there are no LEDs fitted, but you can fit them afterwards. There are all buckets behind there. So in the front you've got a very nice bumper, and you've got the grille thing going on there. So you can mount some wipers right over there. If we look on this side of the car, you will find the mirrors and the side steps, and at the rear of the car you will find a very nice bumper and the tail lights, and you can also add some LEDs afterwards. You can add some number plating, and yeah, I like the small details they have added to this car. So let me get the body off and show you what's under there. Underneath the body you will find this vintage setup. So this is a reproduction, so everything is new, but it's built just like the real thing in the 1980s. So you've got some leaf springs over here with some real shock absorbers, and everything feels superb. Everything is made of metal, so your frame is made of metal, all the axles are made of metal, the gearbox housing is metal, you know, you've got a lot of metal parts. So these boxes are of course made of plastic. So inside this box you will find 2 servos. One is for the gear selector, and the second one is for the steering. And the energy is transferred via this rod all the way to the front wheels to turn the wheels. So here on the front you will find your motor. This is a 540 size motor, and for this car it is big enough. So if we look at this side you also can see the very nice suspension setup. Yeah, I really like the old technology. So when we look underneath the car, you can see the metal axles. This car has got metal gears throughout, it's got ball bearings throughout and all metal parts, you know. This thing is just very tough and very durable. So this is the gearbox, and you can see that the energy is transferred via telescopic drive shaft to the front and the rear. So the diffs are open, so you cannot lock the diffs. If we look at the front of the car, you can see a very big metal plate to protect the underside of the car. Yeah, I really like the old-fashioned build technology that they had back in those days. So let me throw a battery in and show you how everything works. Well, let's start with the steering. Well, the steering is... yeah, it's not great. It's very slow and there's almost no power in the servo. But considering that this is a remake from a car from 30 or 40 years ago, this is probably the same thing that you would have back in those days. So considering that, then it's probably fine. So let me demonstrate the gearbox for you. So it is in the medium. So the medium will only rear wheel driven. So this is medium, and let's put it in high. So in the high speed it's also rear wheel driven. You see? And when we put it in low, then it is a four-wheel driven car. So, and you can do some really qualling with it. So you've got even some modulation to it. You see? Yeah, I really like that, you know, the old-fashioned. You see, it does the job, you know. I really like that old technology from those days. So yeah, let's take it outside for a drive. So guys, we're on location and let's drive with the Toyota Bruiser. I'm very curious to see how the 3-speed gearbox holds up and how it works. So yeah, let's get started. So guys, that was the driving with the HGP407 and I really had a good time. Driving this around with the old-fashioned technology with the leaf spring, this thing just bounces around. It really brings back some memories and I really enjoyed this. So it took me almost an hour to clean the car up, but it was worth it. So before I took it out, you know, I added all the stickers and I put some LEDs in the front bucket and also in the rear of the car, and this thing really looks amazing. When driving in the rear wheel driven gear, you know, this thing can do donuts and you can just bash it around. And when you select the 4-wheel drive, it can even do some climbing with it and some obstacles, you know. I was really surprised by how this thing performs in the 4-wheel drive mode. So overall, I really had some fun with this car. Alright guys, that was it for today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. If you got any questions or suggestions, leave a comment below and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.